Hello and welcome to Tea Time. My name is Ime Elijah, and of course, this is the biggest show where we dissect, we give dope narrations, analysis on this table. And with me, I never do this alone. With me, I have an amazing crew, and amazing individuals with me right here. And to my far right, I have Dorcas. Hi, Dorcas. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
How are you?
Fine. It's cooking.
Yeah. How? I mean, the weather seems a bit cold. So how are you holding up?
Oh, man, thank God we have a cup of tea.
Yeah, hot
so,
Nescafe.
Yeah.
Nescafe.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm
Okay.
holding up.
Okay.
Thank God. At least it's raining because last night I couldn't sleep well because of the heat. The heat was just too much. Just too much. But thank God for the rain. At
Yeah,
least
Lagos. I noticed that Lagos has, been hot.
As in, it's just too much.
Yeah. And to my immediate self, I have Bingpe. Hi, Bingpe. How are you?
I'm
Oh,
good.
you look good. You really look good.
Thank you. You look good too.
Yeah. So how have you been holding up?
Fine. Yesterday was really hot, but then it's raining, so it's get
Thank
better.
God for the rain. And you
Yeah,
can
thank
never
God for
do
the
this
rain.
alone. Please join the conversation by calling in on 090-984-408-408. I'll call that again. 090-984-408-408 to share your opinions on trending discussions. I mean, that video really explains it all. This is something I would do with my friend. This is something I would absolutely do with my friend. I mean, but in a funeral. Wow.
Anything is possible.
So, okay, what would you do?
That is definitely me. On a normal day, if I say anything funny, ask her. She knows me like,
Even when someone is
There are some things you can't hold inside.
Thank you.
It will just happen. You'll be like, God, please.
but I
help
mean,
me."
I'll
so,
go,
they say respect the dead. Then why are you laughing?
I mean, that thing is funny.
Yes, even though there's a way you can hold yourself. Like, don't say anything.
No. You see, look at the shoe now. Like, no. There's no way you laugh. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
I mean, that video is actually really true because the Americans, they actually, there's a way they always, shorten their words. They don't really like say everything. And I noticed that, like for saying, instead of saying, I'm saying like the G is always silent. You know what I'm saying? Man, the female gender, God really blessed us. Like, God really blessed us. What can you guys say about that video?
To be sincere, when it comes to women and argument, I feel like it's an unending battle of who is definitely going to win or not. Definitely, always the women will always win. Like, we just keep on talking and the ideas just keep coming. You as, let's say, okay, for example, you're in an argument with the man, it will get to a point, the man will just keep quiet, like, okay, where are all these ideas coming from? Where are all these bands coming from? Like, the way we dissect things, like, if you tell us one thing, we can think it like in 100 ways and we relate it back to you, be like, I give it to you.
Even if that is not what it means, you'll be like, oh, you mean this? Like, no, I'm not going there. No, you mean this? You mean that? Really? At the point, they just be like, you know what? I hear you. I give up.
It's okay.
I mean, that video really tells a lot because, like, she was just explaining, like, and I just love the fact, like I said earlier, I love the fact that God gave, we female that ability to, argue. We'll almost argue that, you see that topic, we will argue it.
Yes.
You must agree.
So now there's this discussion that came up, and people have been asking, which would you pick, being happy or having so much money? Like, which would you pick? Having so much wealth and being happy,
Long
your
life,
happiness.
the wealth or long life stuff.
Yes, which would you?
It's a very tricky one, to be very, very sincere, because looking at both sides, everybody wants to live a long life while being happy and having money. Now, if it's being put to me to like pick from the two, wealth and long life, oh my God. Okay, definitely I'll go for long life, but it's a very tricky one.
Long life,
Okay,
like being wealthy and happiness.
Okay, you know, there's this saying that does that money can't buy happiness, and I saw this reply that does that. Oh, you probably don't know where to shop, right? I'll prefer to have money my money can buy my happiness. Thank you very much.
Well, please, there are situations where you'll be down. The moment you hear bang down, like you check your phone and you see that alert, even if it is 1,000 naira, your mood is going to change.
Yeah.
But throughout the entire day. So, well, please.
You know what? I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah.
We did a vox pop and people had a lot of things to say. Let's look at this.
Happiness. Happiness. Nobody wants to suffer. I love wealth.
Oh, great. Happiness. Happiness. Right. Yeah, I have my freedom. Happiness. I like happiness.
I choose wealth.
Happiness. No.
Happiness ni. Tí dùnnú bá ti wà, ọrọ̀ ti wà nìyẹn.
Happiness.
Happiness.
I mean, happiness is very important. No matter how much money you have, you still need happiness. You can have so much money and you're not happy.
Yeah.
I've seen so many people who are there but they are not happy. They either have one or two things in their life that is actually not making them happy, but they have the money. So having money doesn't mean you'll be happy. So happiness is really, really key. Be it whether you're poor, you're rich, you're average, whatever you are, happiness is really key. So when you guys are saying wealth, yes, I'm not saying you shouldn't be wealthy. You should. I'm not saying you should choose poverty over. I'm not saying that, but you need happiness in whatever you do. You actually need to be happy. It's just like working. When you're working, you need to be happy, and you need to do something that, okay, yes, you're happy about. You're happy about, not. So you guys should rethink.
Okay, I'm rethinking it, but still, please. Thank you.
Thank you. I know where you guys are coming from. You know, on this TikTok, there's this thing where they'll say, okay,
don't go this way.
No, yeah, go this way. Don't go this way. Where you put, okay, being with a rich husband and sad, then being happy.
No. Someone would you put sadness with rich? Like you can be rich and be happy. Hello, and you can be happy and be poor at the same time. Inside you to be eating you inside like. See, I want money.
There's this kind of joy that comes from you knowing that you have money and stuff. But definitely we can't bring down the little feelings of like happiness and joy we have. Even because everybody definitely has that down moment, has that high moment and stuff. That does not mean you should throw away the feeling of being happy and stuff. But my dear, when there is money, there's a certain level of happiness you will feel like, oh my god, okay, like.
Your morale will be high.
Thank
Hello.
you. Though I totally relate to what you said about you can be so many people are wealthy and they're not happy and stuff. Yes. Definitely, we all need happiness in our life. We all need to be wealthy. We all need to be rich and everything. Anyways, we need the blend of both. That's just it.
Yeah, we need the blend. Yeah, okay. So, like Doka said, we need the blend of both. For me, I will still start with being happy. Okay. Yes, money will come. Okay. If you're happy, the money will come.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so let's move into today's story. Daddy Freeze has said it is selfish to give a testimony for surviving a tragic incident that led to the death of others. The media personality wrote on Instagram, 10 people lose their lives in a collapsed building, and the one person who survives gives testimony. Really, this is not a testimony, rather it's a manifestation of our inmates caveman mentality built on the foundations of greed and selfishness. When I saw that post, when I saw the post he made, I was shocked. I mean, even the Bible said, give thanks in every situation. Like, always give thanks. So when he came with that, his theory, and I was wondering, like, let me put the table. What do you guys have?
I mean, even in church, during praise and worship, they'll be like, we are not mocking the dead, but we are only giving thanks to God. So I feel this scenario, let people do them. The guy came forward to give thanks. You don't know what he went through and all. If he was the one there, is the situation still going to be the same? Like, is it still going to stay the same? So I feel he's giving thanks to God. So we should let him do him.
Anyway, it should be it's two sides of the coin. There is something I've like noticed with the whole election stuff that happened. You know, people give their 2 cents on everything and stuff. So when the outcome of the general election, like the presidential election came forward, and people were like, no, people were like of divided opinions and stuff. So people with their agendas and everything, like, oh, this thing. Some people are like, anyways, though whatever has happened. This government will favor me. People are like, I will favor you, and other people like to be logical and factual about this issue. I really find a bit of sense in what he said, right? I'm a Christian, right? But there are some times when things like this, you don't like give public testimony of them. Fine, God saved you, but that doesn't mean, because according to the Bible, God created everything. All right, and the same Bible says God doesn't do evil. If it happens to them that they died, it's circumstantial, right? That they died, and fine, you're lucky to be alive. But there's also something called guilt, survivor's guilt, right? I feel that is something we don't have in Nigeria, to be sincere. I really find sense in what you said, because some people died, you are lucky to be alive. That does not mean God loves them less, right? And some people die, you don't know what could have caused their death or anything, but that does not take away the sympathy we feel for them. Because before religion, this is what I used to tell people when it comes to religious issues. I will tell you, before religion, you are first human, right? So there should be a space for us finding our humanities when it comes to situations like this. Like, people died, right? There should be the sympathy that, okay, fine, I know that they died, but I'm grateful that I am alive. You should not make it in a condescending manner, like you're mocking them, right? But I feel like in churches today, it's become like a norm. Like anything happens, oh yeah, God did. Fine. We're not saying, even the Bible says in everything, in every situation, give thanks to God. But that does not mean you should. There are some things that would happen to you that you don't need to give you don't need to share testimony about. You have to like show sympathy. You have to show compassion. What if the people that died were your relative? Would you still come on the altar and say, oh, God saved me? It's not done. According to what you said, like if you are in the place of that person, though, let's say if you are in the place of that person and some people die and you're alive, right? You'll be feeling, oh God, thank you. But still, that doesn't mean you should take for levity the lives of people that were lost, right? So I think
nobody is taking anything for levity.
And that wasn't done in a mocking.
Yeah, it wasn't done in a mocking way. I mean, this person just came forward to like, okay, God, thank you for saving my life. So I don't see any problem with that.
It's not like a situation whereby in a gathering of, let's say, 100 and only you pass the jam.
Oh,
you come out and say, thank God I passed this exam. Or it doesn't mean you are mocking the 99 people that didn't pass.
No, so you're just giving thanks to God.
No, you're not. That's why I said it's a two side of the coin to the story. I recognize where Daddy Freeze is coming from with this statement he made. It's becoming a trend already. It's becoming a norm already. People see it as normal, like everybody die. Me, Asha, Uriyobo, like this Yoruba stuff. Like, no, everybody this thing, then me, I'm saved. Like everybody, like how will I put it? There is this urge to always give testimony. So even the littlest things you come to give testimony, like there are some things. What I'm trying to say is that there are some things that you just don't share. Just keep it to yourself. And thank God in your house or in your closet or anything. You don't need to come out and start telling people that, oh God, like
so
there should be sympathy, please.
Are you saying that if someone was involved in a ghastly motor accident and other people died, and you as a person, you came out alive, you shouldn't thank God?
No, I'm not saying I wouldn't. No. I'm not saying I wouldn't thank God. What I'm saying is that show sympathy, show compassion. I should not, the way I would give my testimony, I'm not making a condescending way that, oh, all these people that die, like,
but we did not see how the one person that survived the collapse gave his testimony.
But we see how they give testimonies on.
No, you're using the way they give testimony in church to judge this particular one. We did not,
because it was literally directing that statement like quote and unquote, probably a bit towards them. But anyways,
we move. Moving on. Nigerian comedian Julius recently shared his thoughts on the ongoing feud between his fellow comedians AY and Basket Mouth. AY and Basket Mouth, both well-known names in the Nigerian industry, have been making headlines due to their year-long beef, which reportedly started over a 30,000 naira gig, as reviewed by AY during an interview with Chudi. In a recent interview, Julius reflected on the situation that expressed his belief that there might be more to their feud than just the money dispute. He recounted his own experience with AY, recalling how he had called AY to request a rescheduling of his yearly Easter Sunday comedy show because it coincided with his own event on the same day. However, according to Julius, AY refused and hung up on him. When this whole AY and basket mouth issue started, there are different stories to this particular issue. Basket mouth came out and said him and AY are not friends. Now AY on the other side said the whole beef started with 30,000 naira. So they have been back and front on this AY issue. Now another comedian is coming to say that AY hanged up the phone on him. And also, guys, what do you guys think? Do you think this is how will I put it? Do you think AY, because now it looks like AY is like at fault in this situation?
Okay, anyways, coming from the angle of Julius Agwu, what he said, I really think there is more to this issue than the monetary whatever. I think was the last 2 weeks when they came out in news again to start like this issue has gone down. Like, please, for me, I'm tired of it. Like, they should let us know. Fine, you guys are no more friends. Fine, thank you. End of story.
Like they are no more friends. Basket Mouth said they were not friends.
Okay, they were not friends, but according to AY,
he
said they used to be friends. So I don't. Okay, fine. Basket Mouth now said, I don't even like. It's so confusing.
Like, it's beginning to look like a battle. This one will go for an interview. They will bring it up. This one will, so it's becoming like, okay, go for your interview. When you are done, I'll go for mine.
Like, the back of and forth is becoming too much, and I'm feeling to think that probably this is like a publicity stunt kind of thing. Maybe because.
And why would Julius Agwu come outside now to state that okay, AY hung up on him during the conversation? I mean, we are talking about basket mouth and AY. So why are you inserting your own situation?
Oh, I felt maybe he just like wanted to like chip in like from his own side, when like, oh, this is actually his own experience.
So is he trying to support basket
Yes,
mouth?
I
think in this situation they should be neutral. Don't support anybody.
So,
I mean, try to bring these two together, make them settle, and if you don't want them to settle, let them be.
Because I feel like they are trying to like point fingers at AY. That AY is at fault here, because from the story, from everything we've read, he's saying that AY hanged up the phone on him. So that means you're trying to say that you're trying to say that what Basket Mouth did to AY is,
I mean, if truly the 30K was the stuff, I mean, you said borrow. You didn't say give,
yeah.
So why would you think, okay?
Anyways, according to what you said about AY being the bad person, I remember was the last 2 weeks when there was an issue that came out about him, and Miles mentioned that, oh, this one everybody's saying, oh, Basket Mouth this, Basket Mouth that. Initially, the whole issue started with Basket Mouth not paying AY like the 30,000, not even borrowed. He didn't give him the 30,000 naira for the gig. They did, and people and I remember Miles said something like probably the problem lies with Basket Mouth, and you know the divorce case he had recently, and like the way everybody's having issues with him, probably the problem lies with Basket. But with the way things are going, really don't know who's at fault, and I feel like in this point everybody should just like be neutral. If they want to come back together, they definitely will. If they don't, please, they should keep us out of their dramas. We are tired, please.
I mean, they should.
It's tiring.
Enough is enough.
This is it, really.
I get.
It needs to look like the accounting scores.
The accounting scores. Because even Bobby came out too. I think he said something. He actually had a comment on concerning the story, and also I just feel like different people are having different ideas, different takes on the story, and at this point we do not know who is at fault. We do not know, because we're not the one wearing their shoes. We are only seeing, and we're just judging from Basket Mouth story and AY story. And I hope that they would just settle this case amicably, and just move on with the whole issue. Okay, so moving on, renowned Nigerian singer and songwriter Davido made a surprising revelation during a recent interview, disclosing that his father had bribed him to go back to the university. The 30-year-old music icon, known for his hit songs and interesting lifestyle, admitted that he initially dropped out of the university to pursue his music career, but his father intervened to encourage him to continue his education. Davido narrated how he had left the university to focus on his music, which had become a promising career path for him. However, his father, a successful businessman and a philanthropist who was adamant that he should complete his education in order to motivate his son. Chief Adeleke resorted to promising to build him a world-class studio and pay him for his music videos. Oh.
I mean, I want that kind of bribe.
So your parents
please. Please. It's sweet. Like, tagging it as bribe. Who wouldn't want that kind of bribe? It's a support, yeah, but then I love the word my parents bribed me. Like, it's kind of sweet.
So Dr. what Jam say?
Like, that's very sweet coming from his father. Definitely it's Omo Babalowo, right? So yeah. I get this fact that there's this stereotypes that run among African parents, like oh, you want to go like growing up, there's this line of career paths they want kids to be like. It should be a doctor, should be like, I remember in the olden days my mom would tell me that labor there, if somebody becomes a lawyer, I'm a lawyer, I know this kind of thing, my child is a lawyer and stuff. So and if you should deviate from like respectable professions, careers or professions like that, they feel like you're serious with it, like you don't know what to do. Like imagine you telling your dad you want to be a singer, like, or you want to be a model or something like,
or a dancer.
Or dancer, like what is that? But I feel like I think probably his dad was coming from that angle, like my child, I want you to finish school and stuff, and then him bribing him with, okay, fine, just complete your education, right? Then at least have your degree that yes, you actually went to school. Anything else you want to do, I will support you. I wish parents could be that supportive too, even if they can't like do the very very big things, even the littlest of support, like okay, fine, I support you, but because of me, just like get this degree for me. Then any other thing I can do to support you, like in this by the side and everything. I wish parents can really like emulate the videos that you don't need to like have billions of money in your account to support the dreams of your children and everything. And the littlest of things is enough to like push their dreams.
I also feel that Nigerian parents should also, not just Nigerian parents, African parents should stop imposing career paths for their children.
You must do this. If you don't
as
do
a parent,
this,
you know that okay, your child is good at dancing and there's a school for dancers. I feel like you should take that child there and support and try to get the necessary things for that child to be successful in his or her career. Now for Davido has a lot of support from his parents, most especially his dad, and that's why he's successful. Imagine his dad didn't do all of these things. I don't think
probably wouldn't be where
he wouldn't be where he is today. So this is just like a lesson for parents to emulate. Like okay, let's that thing you were really good at, let's fuel it for you, let's put money into that career and push you.
And that's one thing I really like white parents for. I think is it this footballers, I think in Brazil, from a young age, if they notice you have that talent of playing football, ASAP Academy, football academy, and from there
you African parents have this mentality that okay, if you're not a lawyer, a doctor or an engineer, you cannot be successful.
And that's why a lot of people don't perform well in school.
Yes, the pressure and everything.
I mean, we have doctors, lawyers and engineers that are not well known and they are just striving in their own. So
I remember because like I have a colleague who was like our mom wanted to be a broadcaster, so our mom was like one of our child must go in the line of media and everything. So that's why she was like, that's why I'm here. Like I remember, okay, our lecturer was asking us like, oh, why are you studying mass communication? She just like she has no passion for mass communication. She said she really wanted to study English, but her parents were like, what would she use English to do? That you'll be a teacher, secondary school teacher.
Even there's a particular course in the university that people really look down on, theater arts. When you tell your parents when you tell your parents that you want to study theater, like they'll say, yes, they would, give that expression, but they say that people who study theater art end up not becoming actress, and they even say that the actresses, they didn't go to theater art school, or they didn't study theater art. So why do you want to study theater art? So I just feel like parents should, just support their children, irrespective of what they want to do. Yes, they should support their kids.
Very important.
Very, very important. Okay, guys, so let's go for a quick music break and we'll be right back.